Hello and welcome to High Performance Parenting Series. Today I'm in a mood to go back in time, uh, bring up those shifts that have happened in the parenting in the few last years. So if you press that rewind button and you go 40 years ago, when my generation people were kids, for most of the 20th century, gender roles were typically structured in Indian families. The mother was the primary caregiver and homemaker, and the father provided the care and the finances. He was more like a protector to the family. While mothers did go to the work back then, which may not be, not really generalized in many families, but yes, they used to go out for work, but then they also had to take up, the main chunk, the main burden of bringing up their children, like their school, their homework, their playtime, food, and, providing the other duties. So the father, mainly managing with the household expenses, focuses on his work, got back home in the evenings, and spent most of his time reading the paper or watching the news. I have actually seen this happening. So fathers were also much less accessible back then. Yeah? So this may not be the case across every household, but this was generally the case. So, our generation was much better than that of our parents. Around 5 to 6 decades ago, if you go more back in time, when our parents were children, they lived with huge families with a large number of children. However, back then, joint families were also existed, and while the mother would often be busy with childbearing. Yeah, that's the truth. And taking care of other kids were done by not the mother, but in fact the grandmother and the aunts and the siblings and those people around in the community. And in most cases, the father's only involvement would be creating the child and providing for the family financially. So, yeah, this is a point to actually ponder upon. So, what has changed in parenting the recent last decades? So, the past couple of decades have seen a gradual, rise in nuclear families, wherein in many cases both the parents are working. For such a family to function smoothly, it requires that both the partners become co-homemakers, helping each other with the household activities and taking care of the children. And there are quite a few cases where father stays at home with wives who go out and work. And I think even the media plays a huge role in this. Gender stereotype is gradually changing with the media today. And I can see ads, like movies, which are trying to break this trend. For example, you talk about Airtel advertisements in which wife is a boss and husband works under her. Movies like Guy and Key portrays complete role reversal between husband and wife. And the, concept of single father has emerged in recent times. People like Karan Johar, Tushar Kapoor, they've become the fathers through surrogacy. So there are many validated examples. So beyond celebrities, more men now are taking up the role of looking after their children single-handed today than before. So this is something that was hardly heard of earlier. And recently, some private companies have started introducing paternal leave policies for the employees also. So the huge change. So we may have actually come a long way in this matter from the last century, but we still have miles to go before more fathers take up their roles as equal caregivers. And such reversal of gender roles improve and redefine the entire concept of the traditional Indian family and children upbringing. So my wishes to all those families who are still on the verge of this transformation. My congratulations to the families who already transformed. And um, I believe if we go with the pace, if we go with the world, we become adaptable, we are moving towards liberation, we are moving towards success, and probably will be bringing the best youth for the country. So, see you again. Enjoy your parenting, become the co parents together, and live your life. Thank you for listening.